So with a lot of new age Call of Duties, it's almost inevitable that we're going to get a lot of remade maps. So I figure, why not put my 2 cents in and ask for some maps to be remade? Hey, it's me. I'm going to go over 10 maps that I want to see in Modern Warfare 2022. This is not a ranking video. This is not best to worst, worst to best, or whatever the hell. These are just 10 of them that came to mind that I thought would be really cool. Not much to explain. Let's just get right into it. Now, before I get into my list, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to go over some comments from a community post that I made, asking my subscribers what they wanted to see. And then I'm just going to get some of the obvious out of the way, because my list of 10 is going to include some maps that might fly under the radar or people might not think of, because I feel like that's a lot more interesting than just saying the most popular maps of all time from the older games. All right, so let's go to the comment section. So Keith Hansen says he wants to see Skid Row and Wasteland, which I think would be two pretty good maps to go over. I would love to see those two maps. Skid Row was very close quarters, very fast paced, and it was super fun to play on. And Wasteland is almost the exact opposite, but a god tier kill streak map and a god tier sniping map, and would probably be amazing for long shot challenges, which I know are coming back in Modern Warfare 2022. So yeah, I like those ideas. This comment comes from Azeroth. He says Favela and Resistance, but my dream is to see bootleg on this new engine. Now that's interesting. Favela I would totally understand, and Resistance is a classic from Modern Warfare 3. I believe it's been remade in World War II, but that's about it. I can't think of anything else. But bootleg is interesting. I actually really did like bootleg. I thought that map was great in Drop Zone on Modern Warfare 3, so I think it would be pretty cool to have back. This comment comes from Harold Quake. He says Strike, Overgrown, Resistance, City Streets, Invasion, Skid Row, Afghan, Kravnik Farmland, Ania Palace, and Crossfire. A lot to go over from there, but the maps that I would like to see from this list are Strike and Overgrown. This comment comes from Elite Snake Eyes. He said Strike or Interchange. So this is the second comment to mention Strike. I thought Strike was pretty great. They remade it in Modern Warfare 2 for a DLC pack. I remember that. We haven't seen it since. It was in Modern Warfare Remastered, but that was just COD 4 again. So if you want to count that, go for it. He also says Interchange. That's interesting. I did not expect to see Interchange anywhere because I thought Interchange was all right, but coming from a game like Modern Warfare 3, there were certainly much better maps in my opinion, but that's cool to see that someone really liked that map. And then the last comment comes from Sludgy Burger. He says Terminal, Scrapyard, Rust, Hovik Sawmill, Trench, and Al Rab Airbase. It's cool to see some Modern Warfare 2019 maps in here, because I would love to see some of the other Modern Warfare 2019 maps back in here, but I would totally understand if they didn't do that. Let's move on to the second thing I want to do. Just get out of the obvious, because there are some maps that everyone are going to say, everyone wants to see back, and at some point, we're going to see these maps again. And those four maps are Terminal, High Rise, Favela, and Rust. Will eventually be in Modern Warfare 2022 at some point within the game's life cycle. It's going to be for 2 years, so I figure we'll get those maps out of the way and state those, just because we already feel like we're going to know what we're getting. Now, let's get into the list of 10 that I want to see personally. Now, starting off this list is a map that I have mentioned many times in my videos, as well as on my Twitter, is Bailout. Bailout was a Modern Warfare 2 DLC map that I have absolutely loved ever since it came out. You never got to see this map this often, but it is one of my absolute favorites, and I honestly think it's one of the best DLC maps of all time. It's honestly a damn shame that this map hasn't been brought back since, because there's just so many things about it that I love. I absolutely love the setting. It takes place in a war-torn Virginia, USA. It's based off of the campaign for Modern Warfare 2. It just had so many great points of interest. I just love the look of this map, the flow of this map, and I feel like it would fit perfectly with the new mechanics that we have with the Modern Warfare engine. The next map that I have on the list is Boardwalk. Boardwalk was a DLC map from Modern Warfare 3. It takes place in a blown-out boardwalk in my home state of New Jersey. So not only does the setting hit home for me, I just absolutely love the look of this map, going through all the different vendors, the games, the posters. The map just looked amazing, and also it was just super close quarters and really fun, and it was really dynamic because it had the interweavings of the boardwalk as well as the little beach area. It had a little openness to it, so I would love to see this map back. The number 3 map that I have on my list is Overwatch, another DLC map for Modern Warfare 3. That was essentially a mini high-rise because it followed a lot of those same elements. I love these kind of maps because it has like the jump spots with all the construction, and then it had a high-rise-esque crane that you can climb on top of and get an overlooking view. And it was like this circle-based map where everything kind of flowed into the middle. Objective modes played great on this map, and it looked awesome. Coming in at number 4 on the list, we have Wetwork from COD 4. Wetwork is one of the coolest maps in terms of just pure aesthetic. There was a gunfight map in Modern Warfare 2019 named Cargo that was based off of this, but I would just love to see the actual map return. It was super tight-knit, super close quarters, and it had the back of the map where it was the 2 sniper vantage points. This map just hits very close to home with me. I don't know if anyone feels the same way about certain maps in Call of Duty, but this map in particular, so back in the day, like 2007, 2008, me and my 2 friends would play split screen on this map, and we would call it Knives and Pistol. We would set it to old school mode, and you would just battle it out with pistols and knives. And one of my absolute favorite things to do was just in old school mode, there used to be these insane ragdolls that you could do, where if you held the grenade and blew yourself up, you just go flying off the map. And we usually chose Wetwork as our map because we would just love to launch ourselves off the map into the water. This map hits very close to home with me, and I absolutely love this map. Coming in at number 5, maybe a little controversial, we have Estate from Modern Warfare 2. Now, say what you want about Estate, it's a very love-hate relationship with the community with this map, but I absolutely love it. It just has that very old school philosophy with Call of Duty where it has the one central power position and the rest of the map is based around it. And I just loved fighting over the estate trying to get in, especially during headquarters where it was like right smack in the middle there and everyone was just flooding the estate. It really reminded me of the campaign mission from Modern Warfare 2. You know the one I'm talking about, with the most horrific, heartbreaking betrayal in video game history. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. This map just had a really cool aesthetic. I just love the non-linearity of it, and it's a classic in my opinion, so it would be cool to have back. The next map I have on my list is Underground from Modern Warfare 3. This took place in a train station in London, and it was a very simple, straightforward map, but I just absolutely loved it. For a very simplistic map, it was very dynamic in its ways. I just loved fighting within the train cars. I loved objective modes on this map, and once again, a big thing for me is aesthetics, and I love the aesthetics of this map. I love the setting. I feel like it's a very fitting place for a modern shooter game. The next map on my list is Black Box from Modern Warfare 3, and this map does not get talked about enough when it comes to just pure fun chaos. Now, this map takes place somewhere in the USA. Air Force One has crashed down in the middle of this community, and it's one of the coolest looking maps of all time. The colors are just incredible on this map, and it was just so fun to play on, climbing up Air Force One to try to get to the building, the close quarters engagements within the crashed plane, as well as the long sight lines from all the houses. This map was just super cool to play on. In all honesty, it needs to be in Modern Warfare 2022. Just a super underrated map that does not get talked about enough. The next map I have on my list is Salvage. It's a DLC map from Modern Warfare 2, and this map didn't come to mind up until last night when I was playing IW4X, and this map came up in the rotation, and I forgot how fun this map was. It took place in a snow-covered junkyard, and it was super fast-paced, super close quarters, and it's just a very straightforward Call of Duty map with a cool setting to boot. It's another really good map that flies under the radar just because it was a DLC map. The second to last map that I have on my list here is Showdown from Call of Duty 4, and I feel like this map doesn't get talked about enough. This is the map that Hacienda from Black Ops 4 desperately wanted to be but absolutely failed. Big reason why I want this map to come back is because of the absolutely iconic spawn snipe right at the start. So back in the day, whenever this map would come up, especially in Search and Destroy, everyone would run down the middle, immediately peek past the statue in the middle and try to get the most insane collateral of your lifetime. I forgot who hit the clip way back in the day. I think his name was Zerka HD, something like that. Absolutely OG clip. He hit a 6-in-1 right at the start on Showdown, and I always think about that clip whenever this map came up in the rotation back during the days in COD 4 and also in Modern Warfare Remastered. Once again, a very simplistic, straightforward map, but I feel like it's a very integral piece of Call of Duty history just because of the clip that it spawned. So I would love to see it back. And last and most certainly not least, we have Quarry from Modern Warfare 2. Quarry is a map that is just super unique because unlike most Call of Duty maps, it has a lot of those pillars or rocks. I don't know the actual term for them, but it made this map a lot more interesting because without that element, it's a very straightforward map. But being able to climb up on all those rocks to get to the different areas just made this map way more interesting. It's in the same boat as Showdown when it comes to iconic sniping clips because it's just using that ladder from the 3rd story building to hit some insane YY phase fakey ladder stalls off the ladder to get an insane kill cam. I feel like this map is a very iconic piece of Call of Duty history as well. It really fits Modern Warfare 2's aesthetic, and I feel like it would fit insanely well in Modern Warfare 2022 as well. And with that, those are the maps that I want to see in Modern Warfare 2022. Let me know what you guys think of my list in the comment section below. I would love to read what you guys want to see in Modern Warfare 2022. That's the greatest thing about Call of Duty. Its fan base is so vast and so wide that everyone has a different opinion, and I just love seeing them all clash together. So please comment down below other maps that you want to see. It could be maps from this list, some maps that I didn't mention. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be posting a lot of Modern Warfare 2022 when that comes along. And for the time being, it's mostly Call of Duty content. It's probably going to be Modern Warfare 2019, as well as some old school Call of Duty mixed in. So if you want to see that, please hit that sub button, man. I greatly appreciate it. Anyway, yep, that's it, guys. Take care. Love y'all. See you later.